The podcast is ending. And there's no catch. You know, it's not a hiatus. So in the past, I've been like, it's ending, ... for now, because I was just like going on a holiday or something. No, there's no catch to this one. The Luke Kidgell Hour is no more. The reason why is very simple. We really wanted to do Luke and Meg as a proper podcast, and I believe in that. And I honestly, the main reason is I fucking love doing it. I get to do a podcast with my best friend in the world, Meg, which is great. And it's also better. I know it sounds weird on the podcast that you're currently doing to be like, oh, this ain't as good. But I actually just don't think it is. I prefer doing Luke and Lewis more. I'm like a collaborative guy. I like collaborating. The only thing I really like doing by myself, to be honest, is like stand-up. Because that's a very personal thing. And it's also kind of you in the crowd. It's still not... Most people think it's just you, but I think the way I do it is quite collaborative anyway. Like I often talk to people, and when like the crowd's hot, I'm super on and pumped up. If the crowd just stares at me for 30 minutes, I'll just be like, well, this sucks. Like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm always like very, I just like being around people. And I guess that's why I've always loved doing Luke and Lewis more. I also think comedically, I know this is kind of nerdy, but like it's better if you have an extra like couple seconds while the other person is talking to think of what you say next. Because it's just me talking on this podcast all the time, I sometimes feel like I can't pause. Like, say if I was just like, yeah, so yeah. Huh. Now, that there is a lull. You always feel the need to keep the, just, you know, and therefore I can get a little waffling on. I often waffle, you know, on this podcast. I'm a known waffler, and I feel like, yes, we waffle on other podcasts, but I feel like it's just in better fun. I personally prefer conversational podcasts better than solo podcasts. That's just my taste. And some people may be disappointed about this ending. I do appreciate that. That's kind of nice, I guess. But I hope you're excited. To be honest, we asked the people in my Discord a couple of months ago, because this has not been like, just, you know, this hasn't just come up. This has been a long time coming. I've been thinking of doing this for almost over a year. I feel like a year ago I had the thought, and then it didn't feel right at the time. And then because it was COVID, and I was like, oh, things are going to get normal again. And I thought, because I wasn't particularly enjoying doing this podcast much during lockdown last year, because I had fucking nothing to talk about. And it wasn't that I wasn't enjoying doing it in the sense I just thought, oh, is this even good? Like, it was so hard to like do 45 minutes to an hour a week when you're just sitting in your home doing nothing. Hang on. So yeah. But then it got more fun again when Reese came back in, and then I've been doing it on the road again. And it's honestly just one of those things where I feel like I can just do this better with Meg, and we're going to build a little studio. It's going to be run similarly to like Luke and Lewis, and it's going to be one of those things like where we'll never miss an episode. I know that's a big call, but like we've never missed one of Luke and Lewis because we have like a team working behind it. And essentially it's going to be run by the Patreon. So if you're not on there, that'd be cool if you jumped on. I think there's like 250 people on the Patreon now, which is really cool. It's now just the Luke and Meg Patreon, because that's, we do one episode a week that's behind a paywall already. So if you want to jump on and listen to Luke and Meg before it becomes a public podcast, it's already going and it's already pumping, and people fucking love it. People like it more than this podcast. That was definitely a bit of a wake up call. Not really. I kind of agree with them. I was like, yeah, I like doing it more. And then I was like, oh wait, maybe this should be the public one. People in my Discord are like, yeah, man, I'd never miss an episode of Luke and Meg, but sometimes I'll like dip in and out of yours. And I was like, okay, so maybe. And man, the amount of girls and stuff I've been getting to my shows this year, and I know a lot of females listen to this podcast. I can see the stats. I also I'm aware. I see the people that email in. I think it would be cool for me to do something with a female voice, because I often don't maybe offer the widest spectrum of like perspective and ideas on topics, because I just view it through like the lens of being a straight white dude, which was like obviously a running joke on the podcast and still will be. That's the thing. I hope you guys don't freak out because you'll fucking change. you'll still hear the same stories every week that I will tell, that I would have told on this podcast. I'll just be telling them to Meg. And Meg will be telling her best stories. And if anything, it'll just be better because we'll have two people to bounce off. Some of my favorite moments of Luke and Meg so far most of my favorite moments have been Meg telling a story and me just interrupting it, picking it apart, finding little nuggets of gold in there. And that's more fun to me than just it being me. If that makes sense. I hope you guys are excited about it. I am. I don't want this to be like a sad thing. I think it's exciting. I'm personally fucking thrilled about it. So yeah, essentially what's going to happen is this will be the second last episode of the Luke Kidgell Hour. I'll do one more. You'll hear next week with Reese. And Reese is still going to be like involved with Luke and Meg. He'll have the same role. He'll probably be on mic as well sometimes if we, need something Googled or whatnot. And yeah, so that's the plan. We're not sure when we're actually going to start it. We may start it in like November-ish, or we might launch in January. So don't hold your breath, waiting for it. I would breathe in and out and repeat that for maybe 3 months or 1 month or 2 months. We're not sure yet. We will launch as soon as possible. We obviously want to start it as quickly as possible. However, we want to start it right. And we want to do main channel videos on Luke and Meg. That's the goal. And, like whether it's we take the Bachelor videos over there. We haven't figured it all out yet, but either way, I think it's going to be huge. It already has like 40,000 followers on TikTok, and it's behind a paywall, and we just cut up some little clips and put it up there. So it already has like a fan base and a following more than this podcast does, and it's not even a fucking podcast yet. So I think that's a real good sign of it. It will be much bigger and more exciting and therefore better to listen to. I think we're going to do little segments and, hopefully a little bit of a high production value as well as a bonus episode weekly on Patreon. So it'll be one episode a week, similar to this. And let us know what upload day we should do. I was trying to do Wednesdays for this one because that's in between Luke and Lewis. Is weekends good? Is probably not Tuesday, Thursday because that's when I upload Luke and Lewis, but yeah, let us know what day you'd like to upload. Should we do a Monday thing? Maybe it's a good way to start your week. Who knows? But yeah, let me know. Comment, message me. Let me know your thoughts. If you message me, no, don't do it. That's not going to change my opinion. It's done. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm weighing it up. This is what's happening. So yeah. I would like your opinion on things we could do for Luke and Meg, but if your opinion is don't stop the podcast, you'll be swiftly and hastily ignored. But I appreciate your feedback nonetheless. Actually, well, not really. Actually, if that's your feedback, I don't actually appreciate that. It's due to the unhelpful nature of that feedback.